How are you, Steve?
Yeah, well, one of these days I'm going to have to tell you the story how Andy and Reed and I met in a hotel in our underwear. But that'll live for another day.
No, Steve, I don't know.
We got some time.
I don't know if that lives for another
You want to
day.
hear it right now?
Of course.
Steve.
So we get hired by the Green Bay Packers in '92, and we kind of show up at the same time and to go house hunting, and our wives were there at the Midway Motor Lodge. It's really a great place over there, and so the middle of the night. I don't know he's here. He doesn't know I'm here, but we're both kind of coincidentally there to look for housing. Anyway, the fire alarm goes off. And you know how you hear a fire alarm? I shouldn't be kidding about it because there's fires up here in the Bay Area big time in Napa right now. My God. Anyway, the fire alarm goes off, and I go, I'm not getting up. It's got to be a fake. And so, and then it keeps going and going and going. I go, oh, my geez, maybe there's a fire. I don't know. So finally I get up. I stick my head out the door. I'm just looking for people evacuating, and I hear nothing. So I look down the hallway, and here's this big red head coming out of another door. And he looks at me, and I look at him. The fire alarm's going off, and he goes, Mariucci? I went, Reed? He goes, yeah, how you doing? And I had my underwear on, he had his underwear on, and we went and met in the hallway as the fire alarm's going on in Midway Motor Lodge. And we go, oh, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm going to look for a house. Congratulations. Hey, you want to meet my wife? Yeah.
That's the first time how you met? Are you serious?
So we did go back. He did go back and get a robe on. Actually, they didn't have robes in that Midway. So we wrapped up with the cover of the sheet or something, and we went out of the hallway. And that's where we met. Yeah, in the hallway. Fire alarm.
I am mandated to ask a follow-up question to which I may not really even want to know the answer, but boxers or briefs, Steve? What do you got?
So, yeah, I had my Fruit of the Loom tighty whities on.
Best friends for life. That's how you become BFFs right there.
Yeah, it's been all downhill since then.
Well, but you would know better than most. It appears to me, Steve, like he is just coaching with no care in the world, that he's just like he's teeing it high and letting it fly, and it's
been fun to watch them. Yeah,
where did it come from?
At this game last night, and they gave some points and everything, but John Dorsey and Andy Reid. Now John's not there anymore. Don't know why, but they put together a team that's got great team speed. Okay, that must have been written on their wall when they're trying to acquire and draft players. Draft speed, because they have it at every position, at running back, at receiver, at quarterback, at defensive line. Even their offensive linemen are athletic, and so they are the fastest team in the league. And when any one of those guys has the ball in their hand, they can score and make something happen. It's kind of fun to watch.
No, I know, but that's how they put it together. But is Andy just like a different guy? I mean, what do you think?
Well, he lost some weight, right? He looks good. He's going to be on the cover of GQ, I got a feeling here.
Right.
Soon. But
did he have an epiphany like the way he used to do it wasn't working anymore? So just become
He's doing it. You know what? He's doing it the same way he's always done it, Rich. I mean, he does the same in terms of practice routine during the week and same game plan. I think he's tweaked his offense. You know, he's one of the West Coast offense guys that tweaks. And, you know, he's got that whole jet sweep package that they're having a blast with. And I think a lot of teams in the league are doing some of that. That came from college. And so he's got the players to do it. Tyreek Hill is crazy fast. And I felt bad for him. I remember doing a preseason game when Spencer Ware got hurt. And I went, oh, my God, Andy, there it goes. He was their leading everything last year. And then this, you know, who would have thunk that this Kareem Hunt kid was going to be as good as he is? Nobody. I don't even think they knew that.
Steve Steve Mariucci, NFL Game Day Morning here on the Rich Eisen Show.
You know, they're just having a ball, and he's trying to be creative try to spread the ball around with all those weapons. And Travis Kelce is a heck of a tight end too, as good as there is in the league. And Alex Smith is an MVP guy, and I'm so happy for him. Believe me, up here in San Francisco, believe me, people are saying, I wish he used to be my neighbor. He used to be right over here. And he and Elizabeth lived here with their kids, and he was really loved up here, okay, because he's a great guy. guy, and they're saying, what if we still had Alex Smith? What if they get rid of him and go to Mahomes? We can get Alex back. It's like, oh my God. I mean, this guy's he's really doing well for himself.
He is, and he deserves it. He's one of those good guys, as you point out there. I do want to ask you about the play calling at the end of the Cowboys-Packers game by Dallas, and walk me through what is it like having a headset on, calling plays, knowing that you're running a 5-minute offense with 8 minutes to go and you're pulling it off. Do you panic saying you need to score at the end? Because the Cowboys did not finish that off with the amount of time still left on the clock for Aaron Rodgers to not do what he eventually did, Steve. What is that like calling plays in that situation?
So we call it a 4-minute offense, okay? Actually, they needed to take a lead. It's really not a 4-minute. They were trying to score a touchdown. That was the ultimate goal. They needed to score. Okay, they needed to score a touchdown. In so doing, they wanted to chew clock. So they tried to be methodical. And then that drive, what was it, a 17-play drive, Rich? 17 plays?
Yeah, and it started with 8
on the ground.
Right, and it was
that offensive line showed that it's going to be good, man.
No, I know that, Steve, but it's obvious that their goal was to take all of the remaining time off the clock, and yet they seem to just flush that down the toilet when they're trying to go up top to end the drive on 2nd and 1 with a minute and change to go.
That's the call. I knew you were going to refer to that one because, see, so you call plays to accomplish those goals. We need to end up in the end zone, but we need to chew some clock. And you know what? They did. It was a masterful job. Now they get down there and they throw. Everybody in the stadium probably figures. And then as a play caller, you go, all right, what will work? What will fool them? What can score? You know, that kind of thing. And they felt that the Packers, felt, well, maybe they're going to just keep running the ball like they are, so they called a little play-action pass for the touchdown, for the dagger. And you know what? It had a chance, but it was incomplete. Stop the clock. That's 40 seconds for Aaron Rodgers. That was like a 42nd birthday present for Aaron Rodgers. But they end up scoring. And it's like, oh, my God, here we go again. And with 1:13, Aaron Rodgers just does his magic just like he did in the divisional playoff game last year. It was a heck of a game. Best game of the season, I thought.
Ask Steve the poll question, Christopher. Go for it on our app, which if you don't have Apple App Store, Google Play, hit the link at the top of our Twitter handle at Rich Eisen Show. Chris?
Mooch, who's the best team in the NFC? Eagles.
NFC,
Eagles. Falcons, Packers, Panthers, Seahawks.
I hate to toot my own horn, Rich, but we had this discussion on game day morning, all right?
Yes, we did.
Who's the best team in the NFC, right? And we've had, across the desk, the panel, we had people say the Lions, and what did Kurt say? I can't remember. I don't listen to Kurt.
He said
no, what did he say?
I think he said the Lions too, Steve. I think he did say that.
What did Mooch say?
You said the Packers.
And I said, because of their roster. And Kurt gave me grief. Well, is it the roster? Is it the team? I mean, because I said when they get healthy, and they're still not healthy. Mike Daniels, their best defensive lineman, didn't play. David Bakhtiari, who happens to be from Tom Brady's high school right up the street here, he didn't play. Their left tackle, they got Bulaga back finally, but they're not completely healthy yet. Ty Montgomery didn't play, and I said the Packers are when they're healthy, but maybe the Packers are even before they're healthy. No, Kurt said the Falcons.
Right. Okay.
And the Falcons have beaten the Packers twice. And the Packers have won all the other 12 games in losing twice to the Falcons, and they've beaten everybody else. But both of those Falcon games were down in Atlanta. So I think they're on a collision course. Well, don't count out Dallas because they're pretty darn good too.
I don't know, man. They just don't seem to have that same fire in their belly like they did the last couple of years. The line's definitely not as good without Doug Free, and I am genuinely concerned that they're just not closing games out, and it's going to keep piling up. And Carson Wentz is going to win that division based on what we've seen so far.
Maybe so, because I can't wait to see Carson Wentz against Cam, both 4-1 teams on Thursday Night Football. It's going to be awesome.
Good.
You're right, the Eagles are a very good team, too. But I'm not kidding. Don't count out the Cowboys, man. That offensive, you mentioned Doug Free, and yes, they miss him, but they moved Lyle Collins over there to the right tackle. He's going to be better than Doug Free. This kid's going to be a Pro Bowler. It's just a matter of getting used to playing that position.
Sure.
And they're going to be good. Dallas is going to be right there with with the Eagles.
Before I let you go,
already.
Before I let you go, Steve, Y.A. Tittle passed away about 10 minutes ago at the age of 90. I know you have some thoughts on the passing of one of the best quarterbacks of his generation.
Yeah, I got to know Y.A. Tittle and his son up here. They settled in the San Jose area. He was a 49er icon, went to the Giants, New York Giants, football Giants, and we all remember that iconic picture of him right on the field, kneeling with blood coming down his face, and that's why he's a tough guy. He was a tough guy, and he was drafted by the Niners, played here 10 years, and then, of course, they replaced him with John Brody. But that's when he went to the Giants and really also made a name for himself there. But he passed away today, so keep the great Hall of Famer, Giant, and 49er in your prayers today and his family. Great man. Got to know him, and just one of those guys from the good old days that we're going to miss.
Mooch, love you. See you on Thursday.
I'll see you on Thursday, yeah.
You got it.
I don't have to make that trip across the world. I'll see you in L.A.
Yeah, well, we'll be doing it from Los Angeles. The Eagles and the Panthers, the pre, post, and halftime on NFL Network. That's Steve Mariucci, Mondays with Mooch, at Steve Mariucci on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
Isn't it amazing you can download an app with your thumbprint? You should download our app with your thumbprint.